Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of See With Sessions. What is a See With Session? I'm so glad you asked. A See With Session is a pop-up interview at a surprise location with a surprise guest. Surprise! My guest today is none other than Angelique Warner, inventor of GoGoVie.
Yes.
So for those of you who have been following along, reading the See With Sauce and following the GoGoVie pages, you know that Angelique has done tremendous things in the world of baby carriers. Welcome, Angelique.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So you and I met a few months back, and I have been waiting for this day because you and I have talked many times. And then we launched your social media campaign, and thanks to all of you who have been following, liking, and ordering. But now it is time to talk to the creator herself. For those who are not familiar with your brand, what is GoGoVie?
GoGoVie is the first hybrid sling and soft structured baby carrier that has ever been made in the U.S. It is patented. Ever made.
So how does that feel? Okay, we get it. It's the baby carrier. It has the 7 different positions.
Yes.
And this has been a journey for you.
Yes.
And it's been a minute since from idea to full conception.
Yes.
Without all the scary, hairy details, give us like the cliff notes of how you got to this, because there are people who, we have ideas, don't we?
We do.
But how often do we take it from concept to fruition?
Yes. It's been a journey, as you mentioned, and it doesn't happen overnight. You know, God dropped an idea in your spirit, and I'm a firm believer. It's up to you if you're going to move on it and act on it and receive that spiritual dropping that God gave you, or if you're going to not do it and say, well, I'm going to sit on it. You sit on it, I believe he'll drop it in someone else's spirit. Because if it's meant to be in the earth realm, it's going to be here.
It's going to be.
It just may not be through you.
Exactly.
So I actually agreed with God that I would only sit on it until my baby was 3.
Okay.
And that was an agreement. I said, I want to work on it, but I have a newborn at home. We have identical twins that are 1 in potty training. We have a 4-year-old son, and we had 14 teenagers living in our home.
Ooh.
So with that, as you can count it up, it's 18 children and breastfeeding and potty training. So I did not have time to work on what God dropped in my spirit. I just made an agreement. If when this baby turns 3, goes to preschool, is not on the market, I agree to work on it.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
And that's what God said. Okay, my child.
Yes, God said okay. And I actually started pen to paper when she was 3. So that was in 2008.
Wow.
I went through several iterations, several different seamstresses, because I don't have any notable drawing or sewing skills.
Yeah.
So we tinkered with this thing for that 8-year period, and in the end, the final design you see is a design that God, little by little, dropped the features in my spirit so that it could be created by me.
What an inspiration. I mean, it's like I've heard the story before, but I'm sitting here like this is all new to me because I'm so proud of you and I'm so excited. But here's the kicker. I'm just going to throw it on out there that you are now poised to be on Target.com.
Yes.
That is huge. See how hard work pays off.
It does.
You know, and GoGoVie, you have it over there.
I do.
Let's hold it up and let's start doing some demos and talk about it. So, what makes it unique, first and foremost?
Okay. What makes GoGoVie unique is that it is a soft structured buckled carrier that also acts as a sling.
Okay.
Now, for those who don't quite understand soft structured, buckled, and sling, a soft structured buckled carrier is one that sits the baby in upright carry position. So when you see the baby facing in toward the user or facing out, sitting up, or you may see them on the hip or the back. That's typical in a soft-structured buckle carrier, but what's not typical is that you can recline the baby or semi-recline the baby within a buckled carrier. That's what makes GoGoVie unique.
Got you. All right, all you pregnant moms, listen up, or you newborn moms with newborns.
Yes.
This is what you want. And first of all, 7 different positions.
Yes.
That in itself is monumental
It is.
And unique.
It is.
So talk about the chatter of the moms who have, use the prototype and know your journey.
Yes, those who have used GoGoVie, I remember one woman at a lending library, she said GoGoVie is stupid easy. Now that sounds ridiculous. At first I was taken aback, but she said that's a compliment. She said any first time mom any woman who's never used a baby carrier before would easily be able to maneuver this product and figure it out. It doesn't take a lot of understanding on how to use a baby carrier. So that's what she meant, that any person who's unfamiliar would easily be able to use this.
Now, you already had to go through these iterations of, with the seamstresses. Then we had silly old COVID jump into the scene. How did that impact production, promotion? I'm sure COVID had a role in everybody's movie.
Seriously, everybody. It literally brought my company to a screeching halt. There was no movement for the past 2.5 years. None. When I say none, meaning that this product was just getting off the runway in 2019. And I had, very high interest in the product. Everybody's like, oh, GoGoVie, it's award winning. It's one of the top carriers.
And you were like on ABC and all kinds of stuff.
Yes, all of the accolades to say this is a product that is notable. And what to expect, use my story as their inaugural Mothers of Invention story.
Yeah.
So all these great things happening, and then soon as I get ready to get off this runway with investments and moving this forward, we have a pandemic. Everything comes to a halt. My manufacturing stopped. So, of course, if it's no way to make this, what can I sell? If I don't have product.
Nothing.
During the pandemic, I sold out of every stitch of inventory I had on hand at Amazon, at Bye Bye Baby, Bed Bath Beyond, everywhere. Nothing was left. So with that being said, I couldn't produce, and I had nothing else to sell. I had mothers reaching out saying, hey, do you have anything left? I want to buy whatever you have. I've checked everywhere. I can't find this carrier anywhere.
Now the babies are walking.
Thank you. Those babies are walking. And so I had nothing to sell them. So that was the tragedy of everything, is this high demand, but no supply.
Yes.
So now we're heading back into this market, and I'm so excited.
Me too.
So excited. I do have pre-orders, so those of you who are interested, please pre-order, because things are coming this week.
Yes, so how do they pre-order?
They can go to GoGoVie.com and pre-order. I also will, there you go, GoGoVie.com. We also will have inventory by August 7th, ready to sell at Target.com. You can find me on Target in the Black-owned section and in the baby carrier section. So it'll be 2 areas you can go to and make a purchase. You can go to BuyBuyBaby.com, BedBathBeyond.com, and Amazon.com.
I know people. See that? Target.com.
Yes.
I am just so excited for you. So let's go to that day when the patent came. Because, there are also those who like to make or do shortcuts, right, Angelique? And then they put something out there, and then they get the cease and desist. This has already been created, or don't do that, or that's my idea. So you also went through that journey. Talk about the patent piece. Fun time.
Oh goodness. The patent piece was definitely a journey. Patents, you need a patent attorney. The first patent application I wrote myself, and the patent examiner contacted me and said, you have a patentable product. But may I ask you a question? Did you write this yourself? And I was proud. I was like, yes, I wrote this. It was me. And he said, I can tell. He said, you don't want to accept this patent at all. He said it has 0 protection. You don't know how to write a patent application properly. He said, hire a professional.
Okay.
So I went through that process with a professional, and then since I ended up switching my patent attorney later in the journey, and I am fully patented with a utility patent, so it does protect the functionality, not just the look and feel.
I hope you entrepreneurs out here are paying attention, because whether it's a baby carrier, a back brace, whatever you make, you have to protect the design, not just the look, is what you're saying.
Right, the utility. How does it function?
Okay.
Not just how it looks, because if someone were to take GoGoVie, if I had a design patent, you know what they could do? Instead of these snaps across here to put a cover in, they could zipper a button, and then they can say, it's not the same as yours. Yours has snaps, mine has a zipper or a button. And then what leg would I have to stand on?
That is so smart. So we gotta have some fun with GoGoVie. Can you do like one position?
I can.
You got
I'll
a
do
baby.
a
It's a baby over there. Wow.
Yeah.
Not a real baby. We wouldn't have the baby just laying there.
No. What we're gonna do is show the cradle, the fully reclined cradle position.
Okay.
And reason being is because that's one of the greatest features everybody loves in a buckled carrier, that they can use a fully reclined cradle for breastfeeding.
So while you're doing that, do dads look cool in this
Oh
too?
yes,
Okay,
oh yes.
Dad.
GoGoVie, as you can see, is made of black stretch denim.
Okay.
Everybody loves a good black stretch denim product.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's very comfortable and fashionable for mom or dad or caregiver. As you can see how easy it is to put GoGoVie on. I slipped it over my head like a shirt. Then I'm going to take my 2-inch waist straps and pull them forward.
Now you already know what I asked when she showed me this the first time. I'm like, how wide does that go? I'm always
Yes.
conscious of like, will that fit me?
Yes.
I'm not about to get pregnant, but I was just saying, for those who have a rounder midsection like myself, I'm like, how does that fit, you know?
GoGoVie is 50 inches.
50 inches.
50 inches, so it fits most people very comfortably.
Okay.
And now that you see I have GoGoVie on my body, snug, and everything is forward facing, so everybody who saw you literally pull forward. There's no snaps or buckles behind you, which makes it comfortable for sitting too.
Okay.
I am going to get my little baby and
Hey,
show
baby.
you. This is my 10-pound newborn demo doll. If you're going to do that fully reclined cradle, you're going to bring the baby across your body, and then you simply slide the baby into position within the carrier. Once you have your baby in the carrier, you're simply going to pull down on your D-rings to bring the carrier more snug and comfortable up to your body.
That baby's smiling.
Yeah. And you're going to do the same on the other side. Now, for those of you who can see that the baby is right at the breast for breastfeeding.
Uh-huh.
And the baby is supported from head to foot when they're newborn, and they would be supported from head to bottom as they grow older and they grow longer, from
Gotcha.
8 pounds to 35 pounds, which is about 2 to 3 years of age.
Yes.
Now, once mom has this baby in here, she can breastfeed hands-free. If she desired privacy, there's an attached interchangeable privacy cover.
See that?
Right here. She can bring it up. She can bring it in between if she just wants to cover her breast and not cover his baby's face. She can snatch this out and wash it if it gets spit up on it.
Uh-huh.
And then she can use other fashionable designs.
Fancy with
Yes,
it.
she
I
can
love
decide
it.
to bring in the midnight starburst. She can also choose to switch that out if she like and get our honeycomb.
Honeycomb.
Yes.
So you know we've already talked off camera. I'm just like looking at a whole empire of branding. Because there's going to be one bougie viewer that says, I need the Gucci GoGoVie.
Come on now. Come on, somebody. Yes.
I need the Louis GoGoVie.
Yes.
And hey, I feel like all the conversations you've had with God, I'm sure he's open for that conversation as well.
Yes, I definitely have ideas for licensing. So those who are considering their favorite sports team, considering their fraternity, their sorority, considering their company, their cartoon that their baby likes. So branding can go in a million different directions with licensing. So definitely open to that.
You know, Angelique, I love the fact that over this time, you've done your homework. So you speak so knowledgeably, and so even outside of the baby carrier, you can talk to the average entrepreneur on those basic steps of protection, of copyright, of patent, and I feel like that's something that every entrepreneur, inventor needs to know.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. So I'm very open to speaking engagements now, since you mentioned.
So no, you saw where I was going with it. I just kind of left it open, like, will she bite? Will she bite?
Yes, I do speaking engagements. I've done them in the past. I've done them at the ABC Kids Expo in Las Vegas, one of the largest baby shows. So I've been invited to be in panel discussions and things of that nature for entrepreneurship, for inventing and parenting as well. Having parented 18 children at a time and nearly 100 children over 16 years, I definitely get asked about parenting tips.
So those of you who are watching, you definitely need to inbox. We're live on like 5 or 6 channels here. So all of you everywhere who are watching, please inbox Angelique or me to talk further about opportunities. And do you also do trade shows and pop-ups?
Yes. I do trade shows and pop-ups because I do love opportunities to not just meet with retailers, but to meet with my customers.
Yes.
I love selling direct to customer, and the main reason is because they get a chance to look and feel and maneuver GoGoVie. They get to try it on. They get to see all the great features and they see it for themselves and can try it before they buy it. So I love meeting with my customers.
Yes, and speaking of seeing all the features, there are videos on YouTube as well as social media, Facebook and Instagram, where you can see all 7
Yes.
different positions. We did a whole photo shoot with Angelique, and when we would say position 2, she would just jump into action. So you make it look easy because it is easy.
It is easy. It's stupid easy. It is so easy. Everyone saw you literally slip it on like a shirt, pull it to bring it snug to your body, choose one of the 7 positions, and then pull down on your D-rings alternately to bring the baby snug to your body. You're done.
Okay, moms,
You're done.
those of you who are getting your showers planned, it's time to put the GoGoVie on your registry.
Yes.
Because they can do that through
They
Target
can do
now.
that through
Amazon.
Target. And yes, you can put it on your
Okay.
registry.
I think I have a baby shower on my schedule. And here's some other good news. I won't give you all the tea, but later this month, I'm going to be snatching Angelique up to come on over to Northwest Indiana. You got to come to my neck of the woods for something very,
Yes.
very exciting, and you'll get a chance to meet a lot of my local peeps.
Nice.
But talk a little bit about your personal journey. Who's Angelique Warner? Because surely you just didn't go to school and say, one day I will be a baby carrier inventor.
No. Never entered my mind. Actually, when you mentioned that, it brings me to a prayer. I prayed in college and had no idea it would all, God knows how to bring things
Doesn't
together. I remember watching students on campus that were so creative, and creative meaning crafting.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember saying, God, I don't have creative ideas like that. I can be thoughtful and things, but I don't have that creativity. And I said, can you bless me to be creative like they are?
Wow.
Who knew?
And he blessed you indeed.
Indeed.
Indeed. That's
yeah,
a
my
favorite
J-Dance.
song.
Come on now. I had this prayer. Bless me indeed.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, so that's a little bit about the creativity part. I was not necessarily born creative. I prayed for that, but had no clue it would tie into this. But me as a person, I grew up with my mom and my sister. My mother was a single mom, had lots of supportive family and friends, but it was me, my mom, and my sister. And I had an aunt and a cousin. We kind of all lived in the same home and grew up together. And on the south side of Chicago, then eventually to the west suburbs of Chicago. And just growing up with humble beginnings, and learning the power of prayer and trusting God, regardless of what you have in your hand,
Yes.
And when God gives you something, to believe that. And it's interesting because as a 16-year-old, I had, my pastor was my aunt growing up, and she passed in 2003, but she was such a powerful source of faith in my life, because she just instilled in all of us to trust God, to believe. And she had given me certain scriptures to hold on to, that, that Hebrews 10 and 35, letting me know that even though you may have to wait for it, you wait for what God has told you. You don't cast away your confidence, because it does have great reward, that you have need of patience, but it will come. It will come.
It will
so that
come.
was the scripture she made me repeat every Sunday before I gave a testimony during testimony service.
Gotta have testimony.
Every single Sunday, she said, that's your scripture. God has given you that. And I had another evangelist pray over me at 16 and said, God said that you have the gift of faith.
What a gift that is.
The gift of faith. And I kid you not, I've walked by faith from 2008 to 2016 when I made my first sale. It's a walk of faith during this pandemic with no inventory, and trusting that God, you got this too, the notoriety. But then I never got to really get out there because I've been sitting dormant for 2.5 years.
Well, those days are over. If you're just tuning in, I am chatting with my friend, colleague, and client, Angelique Warner, I love that word, inventor of GoGoVie, this classic patented 7-position baby carrier that you can tell them again how they can pre-order, because product is coming in, y'all.
This week. This week, yes. You can go to GoGoVie.com. You can go to Target.com. You can find me at Target, whether it be under carriers or whether it also be under Black-owned businesses. I will have my Black-owned badge. You can also find me on Amazon. You can find me at Bye Bye Baby, Bed Bath at beyond.com, all of those e-commerce sites.
Congratulations again. I'm just going to throw this out there in the atmosphere. I can see you in one of the Target commercials moving forward.
Oh,
now, I said what I said, and we're going to
take it back.
Right, and watch God work on that. And I just ask all of you who are watching to please go and follow GoGoVie on Facebook. Yes. And on Instagram. And did you start a TikTok page too?
I did. I haven't posted yet, but okay. I do have a TikTok page and I have a YouTube channel as well. All my social media is at my GoGoVie.
There you have it.
Yes.
GoGoVie. So I have to ask before we get out of here, how did the name come about? GoGoVie.
GoGoVie. For those who know the original, it was Nurse and Go.
Okay.
And I named it Nurse and Go because the vision would be nursing on the go. However, I quickly realized through a young lady who told me, listen, you may want to change your brand name because you're finding that you're getting a sliver of the market instead of the whole pie.
Yeah.
She said, don't focus on a feature. What is the look and feel? What does your brand represent? And I realized my original brand was about staying active in comfort. So I said, how do you come up with a name that still speaks to the brand and the messaging? Go means active. V is French for life or lifestyle. So you have your active lifestyle, which is staying active in comfort.
GoGoVie.
GoGoVie.
I love it. I love everything about this. Now, whilst I am not in childbearing years, I certainly embrace the role of helping to drive and promote this product.
Yes,
and again, I am imploring all of you to, if you are not, in fact, an expectant mother or parent or soon-to-be parent, you can still share this video. Yes. Because I'm forever pushing small businesses. You've learned that about me, Angelique.
Yes. Yes.
I love to see us win. Yes. And I totally connect with you in that when we're small, we are greater and much mightier together when we support one another. So everybody head on over to the website, GoGoVie.com, browse the site, click, place your order, follow her, reshare, and just tell all your friends about it. And the next thing we know, we'll see you in the Target commercial.
Yes, and in Target stores in 2023, so keep looking out.
All right, remember this beautiful face and this beautiful, unique baby carrier. Any last words of encouragement or information for our viewers?
Well, I definitely can encourage. That's something I can do well. I definitely encourage any person who is a small business owner to, of course, continue to move forward. If you have a vision, you're the only one who can stop that vision from coming to pass. And the reason is because you stop pushing. You never know that knocking and knocking and knocking, how many knocks away from a breakthrough you are. Sometimes it's one knock away. And if you walk away, you walked away not even knowing how close you were. So don't give up. Do not abandon the vision. That's my encouragement to you all. Don't abandon the vision. God gave a vision for this, and it's been, I told you, pen to paper in 2008, 2016, first viable, sellable product. 2018, things are really getting accolades and award-winning, but then the very next year, everything shut down. And so now re-emerging, but God is faithful. So definitely stay true to the vision that has been given to you and entrusted in you.
Right, and who knows, without the pandemic, you and I may have never met. And my life would not have been complete. So here we are, 2022, GoGoVie, and I want that to marinate. Do not abandon the vision. You have been watching a See What session. A See What session is a pop-up interview in a surprise location with a surprise guest. My guest today has been none other than Angelique Warner, inventor, creator of GoGoVie. We ask you to go on over to that website, support, and share this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.